I'm going to do something I thought I might never do, and I might actually agree with Ben on something, sort of. And let me just address something real quick before anyone jumps on and starts saying that like I'm a big Ben fan or it was just an act that I didn't like him. I hope you're joking, okay? Because on one of the other videos where I question J-Lo on some of the stuff of her involvement, some people are jumping in and saying that I was lying about liking her and that I secretly like that I'm a Jennifer Garner fan. It's like I hope that's just someone trolling me and joking around because I don't know, that's pretty crazy. But anyways, Ben was talking about today, which I sort of agree with him, sort of. He was talking about, and also too, appreciate if you're subscribing. If you haven't, definitely subscribe. I got a couple really cool videos coming up, probably at the end of this week, maybe over the weekend. But he was talking about how in Hollywood, they're like a decision away from being canceled, meaning like he says something wrong, he can get canceled. He says the wrong thing or supports the wrong cause, he can get canceled just like that. He talked about if he's in a movie that bombs, career could be over. Now, is it for him? No, not really. I mean, Ben's made a ton of money. He's an established actor. And I think he's talking about the industry in general. And I think he's talking about the industry now. Because even if you go back 20 years, it wasn't like it is now where people are getting canceled, for, dumb things that they say or things they support, which is really crazy. And I agree with them that it's dumb. Like, that's a dumb thing. Now, where I disagree with him is he was talking about when he did the original film, what was it, Jiggly, with whatever that stupid film was called with J-Lo, and then he bombed, and he talked about how he got $10 million up front for it, and the movie lost like a ton of money, so all the investors lost money, and he talked about how he felt bad about it, and I don't know if I believe him that he felt bad for it. He cashed a $10 million check, but maybe he did, okay? Maybe he did. Whatever. The only thing, what I don't agree with is that, he's talking about, and then he talked about, too, that sometimes in Hollywood, because they don't know if their career, if a movie bombs, if they're going to get a call back after that. And he talked about how there were movies he took over his career that he did it for the money to get paid. And I actually don't blame him for that. I don't blame him at all for that. But the part I disagree with is, when he talks about feeling guilty for taking upfront money on movies that lost money, it's crazy because look at all the movies that are huge successes that they don't put up, that they're made on like $5 million or a couple $100,000, they become huge box office smashes, and the actors don't see money from that. Like, for example, I remember Blair Witch Project. I think that came out in like 98 or 99 or something. I think the budget, and I don't remember. I mean, I'm going off the top of my head. The budget was like $15,000 or $25,000 or $35,000. It made like $200 million. Do you think all the actors got paid for it? Maybe they did, but I don't remember them making a lot of money off of it. And another movie I just saw something about, and it had big actors, and it slipped in my mind, and it talked about how the actors, like, a big actor got like $15,000 for the part, and then they end up doing a sequel. And I think Friday was like that too, where I think the budget, now that was a little bit bigger budget, but I think that it made just a heck of a lot more money than they had anticipated. And again, on that one, I think that people were kind of ticked off that they didn't get paid more on that film. So yeah, I'm not going back, and I'm not a fan of Ben Affleck. So please, for God's sakes, please don't say that. And if you are, well, that's fine. But no, I'm not going back on being a fan of Ben at all. I mean, he annoys me like no other, and for you guys who've been watching my videos, you know how I feel about him, and I don't think that's a big secret. So no, I'm not going back on it. But just because I don't like someone doesn't mean I have to disagree with them on every single point they make. I can't agree with them sometimes. Just like if I'm a fan of someone, like I'm a fan of J-Lo, it doesn't mean I have to glaze her on every single thing she does or says. I mean, I can disagree on something or say, something was, dumb, or I can even ask a question like, hey, she's dodging something. Why can't she answer some questions? But anyways, all right,